Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lori's Kitchen. Today, we're going to make a chicken combo with rice, pilaf rice. So I have a little some of everything that's going on here. I started to cook. I have my chicken soaking with some of my famous vinegar and lemon juice with a little touch of salt. So that's almost been soaking for an hour. So I'm about ready to take it out and get it on board. So I'm going to go ahead and continue, but I'm going to bring my camera down so you can see what I'm doing. You don't need to see me, but you can see what I'm doing. I've already cut my celery up and my onions, my green onions. So I'm cutting up my peppers now. Oh, all right, here we go. If you notice anything different, my YouTube family, yes, I have on an apron. Trying to do something different. And I love my aprons. So I said, you know what? Let me wear my aprons. I don't want to cut them up too small. I need them in some type of chunky way. Not too small because they're going to cook for a minute. And then this one here, I'm just going to trim. And I'm going to do the green peppers just like that. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to cut into my green pepper. But before I do that, let me just wipe. If you notice in my other videos, I just have to wash down everything. And I have a little garbage can over there. All right, here we go. And I'm cooking for a size of 6. And being that we have this snowstorm, so my daughter won't be able to make it over here with her daughter, my grandchild. That would have been a family of 9. But that's okay. I'm cooking for right now a family of 6. My husband and my kids. Yes. This one here, I'm going to trim. Okay. All right, here we go. And this one I will cut up. All right, here we go. It's okay to make a mess. I'm always going to say that. That's what cooking is all about. Especially when you go and chop. You get it together eventually. And it's okay to fumble at that. Okay, everybody, I have my chicken here. As you can see, I'm going to space them out a little bit. What I did was I cut them in half. And it fits right in this pot. 2 chicken. 2 whole chicken at that. So, and this is what you have here. So, and then nice and clean. So I'm going to go and take my glove off. Put that in the garbage. And I'm going to open up my chicken broth. If it allowed me to. Oh my goodness. That one's hard to open. Let's try this one. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh. My chicken broth comes from BJ's, and my whole chicken comes from ShopRite. I love ShopRite. I love BJ's. I am not going to be able to get this open for some reason, so I'm going to go and get me another one. This one's better, I believe. There we go. A little tough. All right, here we go. Chicken broth. Oh, all right, there we go. Now, I'm going to need some fresh water. And I'm going to put here, I have my onions, my green onions, my green peppers, I'm going to dump all up in there. And I'm going to beam my camera down so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. Then I can just spread it all over the place. That looks so delicious. And I'm also going to add some carrots in there. I was going to chop them up. I said, you know what? I'm going to put them all in there. Because remember, I'm making a combo. I'm going to get this started cooking. And let's see what happens. This is my mozzarella. I've been saying this so wrongly for the longest. Mozzarella. It's mozzarella. My husband had to correct me. He's the chef of the family, but it's okay. It's mozzarella. Okay, now I'm going to go with my famous garlic. All right. And then I'm going to go with some onion powder. Although we did put all of that onions in there, but we can still do a little more. I guess you're saying, where do we get these big tubs from? BJ's. And I have my parsley flakes. I'm going to go with that too. I will put them in my little bowl, but I feel that I will have to keep going back and forth and put a little more. And now we do need pepper. And I have my poultry here. It smells so good. That's just for my chicken. And my thyme. I love the seasoning better than the actual flake. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get this mixed all up in there. I just want to send it to the bottom. What's on the top can stay there, but some of it can get to the bottom. So I'm stirring this up in here. Oh my God, this smells so good. I haven't even put it on the stove yet. Now, I need my water because as you can see, I need a little bit more help there. Yeah, pray for me as I get this on the stove. Okay. I'm going to put this in the sink. And now, first and last, I just need a little touch. You know, I've always put butter into everything. And I do need my butter in there. We're not going to go with a whole stick. We're going to use a half a stick of butter. unsalted butter because of the simple fact that I have so much seasoning in here. So I just want a little buttery taste on my combo chicken that I'm about to do here. And I normally would do a whole, but not today. All right, there we go. Okay, so put this on the stove. Oh my goodness. Okay, I have my sausages here. These are kielbasa sausages that I'm going to cut to put in with my chicken. I just had to get that started. And cut these up. Oh, they're nice and pretty. And this is enough. Remember, I'm cooking for a family of 6. Oh. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Have my spoon. I just want to stir it to the bottom. They'll sink in there, but I just want to mix it up in there. This is soup for real. All right. I'm going to put the top back on. That smells so I can smell the sausages. Put that in my dish pan. Just going to crack it a little bit and let that cook. Okay. I have now my pan here that I'm going to use for my rice. So we're going to actually make some pilaf rice here with white rice. Not yellow rice, but white rice. It's about 3 cups. I think I'm going to go with number 4. I'm cooking for a family of 6, which is okay. All right, here we go. That should be enough right there. Just as long as I cover all avenues. Yeah. I'm going to take this before I get started, and I'm going to wash it off. I have to wash my rice to get some of that powdery off of it. All right, here we go. And I normally washes my rice out in warm water. Okay, there you go. All right, let's make sure we got enough here. Once it balloon out, that's where you can tell. All right, I think we're good. Okay. All right. Now, I have my rice here. I have my spoon here. That way. And I have, what I'm going to do, I have corn that I drained out that I'm going to mix up in there. We're making a combo here. Ooh, that corn smells so good. Then I'm going to mix all up in there. You know what? Not to waste anything. So I'm just going to put it all up in there. If you have your juice flavor of your corn, mix it in there because you got to put water in anyway. And now I have my green peppers. And I have some onions that I have. I don't need the big pieces. Although it's going to cook itself up in there. I think that's enough for that. So I'm going to stir it up. Mix it in there. And this is going to go with our chicken and our sausage, our combo on top of white rice. All right. All right. Now, I'm going to let this cook for a minute. But what I want to do is take this again with the top. There we go. Oh, there we go. And pop the inside open. All right, here we go. And this again, whoop, is our chicken broth. Just want to put it around. Make sure that it's over the rice. And that way everything cooks in. That's enough. As you can see. And I'm going to also base it with some onion powder. Just enough to coat it a little bit. And I think that's it. I don't want anything else in there. Because all the flavor from the chicken is going to bounce on top with the gravy. And that's going to be like heaven. So I'm going to cover it up so we can keep the steam inside. And it's going to go on the bottom part of my rack. It smells good. Or is that my chicken cooking? Something smells like heaven. All right, I'm going to put it in the bottom part of my stove. And we're going to see what this chicken is doing. So you can see, oh, it still has a while to go. It has a long ways to go. Not a long ways, but it's cooking. Oh, it is cooking. Chicken is there. Okay, we're going to let this keep cooking. By the time the rice is done, that should be done. Okay, hello everybody. Now here I am. I have my pan here with my chicken and the broth inside. And here you are, if you can see it. So I'm going to take some of the chicken out. I got my husband over here. He don't want to be in the camera, but it's okay. And he's going to explain to me in details what to do. Okay. So I'm going to put the chicken in here. Because the chicken is done. I have sausages in here too. As you can see, looks good. I was going to chop it up into pieces, as I said earlier, but he felt that I could just take it out. Now, I would let that. I'm going to get my rack spoon and take the other part out. How about that? Okay, I have my rack spoon here, which I will dump everything out of here into here. Okay, I'm going to start off with my gravy, making me some gravy broth. I'm going to put my butter in first. As you see, unsalted butter, and it's just a half of a size. Turn the stove on so I can get the butter to melt. We're going to let that melt a little bit. Now, I'm going to get this to melt down, if you can see it. Okay, that's going to take a little bit. Meanwhile, while that's melting, I'm going to go over here and get a half a cup. That's all I need. Just a half a cup of flour. That's all I need. No. And I have my husband here coaching me. He wants me to do it a little different. Should I put the whole thing in? All right. Can everybody see? Okay. So now I'm stirring it up. Should I add the broth? No? Okay, we got to get this flour to cooking, everybody. So watch me cook this. We still have a little butter left up in there. But here we go. Normally, I would just go ahead and put my broth in and then get that, make sure that's nice and hot. And then I would go ahead and put my flour in. But he wants me to do it a totally different way. All right. Okay. I'm going to keep stirring until we know that the flour is cooked with the butter. We have some oil here. I'm just going to spray. Say when. All right, here we go. That should have been like 2 tablespoons. I'm going with whatever he says because he's the chef of the family and he's the chef a long time ago, but he retired from that part. So now, are we still stirring? Okay. So now I'm gonna go with my cup and grab some of my broth. This is my chicken stock. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm loving it. How much? Keep pouring. Oh, so hold on. Try to grab those carrots I see all up in there with my little sausages. All right. I think we can go with another one. All right. Should I do more? Okay, so as I stir, you know what? I'm going to grab my whip if I can find it. I should have had that on board. Now it's beginning to lump, but that's okay. And look how fast that's coming apart. All right. Uh-oh. He makes his gravy a total different from the way I mix mine. So we're going to go the professional way. Oh, it's thickening too. So I want to go in there and I want to grab some of that, all of my carrots out of there. Huh? Ooh, that's some chicken up in there. Just to get the rest of this little bit out. I think we probably need to add some more broth. What do you think? Yes, you can. Okay. Okay. We're going to add some more broth in there. Ooh, that's hot. Hold it. Okay. Some more?
Yes, some more. Matter of fact, you can go with all of it.
All of it? Okay. I'm just going to stir it a little bit, but I think instead of stirring it, I'm going to put the rest of this in here, my onions and peppers that I saved just a little bit just for this moment. And now I'm going to whip this up in there. What do you think? Now, should we go with the gravy master? Not yet?
Yes, okay.
So I have my gravy master. I'm going to do a little bit as possible at a time as I stir it in there. Just to get it just a wee bit darker than what it is.
That's good.
Okay. Do we need to make it thicker?
And let it simmer.
Okay, so now we have all this in here. We're gonna allow it to, as you can see, the gravy is thick. We just had to let it simmer for a minute. You see how thick it is. All right, we're gonna put this back in here. We had to do the gravy. And now I'm gonna take this and see if I can get it back in here. I'm gonna move the spoon out the way and get this a whole lot closer so we won't have any fumbles. There we go. Hopefully. I see the bones want to pork. See how it's coming off the bones? Beautiful. That means that chicken is done. Uh-oh. I hope we have enough space to get all this in here. Maybe I should have left it in the big pot. But my husband said, get the little pot. And look what's happening. So we're going to get what we can in here. We're going to get what we can. Okay. So let me get all these little pieces up in there. I see a bone that says, take me out.
Yeah, just grab the chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Grab the chicken.
I grabbed the chicken. I'm going to get all the vegetables up in there. At least. That looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm just ready to go for my tasting. But I'm going to let it cook some more. We'll let it go simmer down. And as it simmer down, then I'll go gusto and put some more up in the house. Maybe I better take this one out. I'm going to take this one out. And now leave the rest. Then as it simmer down, then we'll put some more in there. Put the rest. I made too much, put too much in the pan. So I had to get my husband like, something's wrong. You like, you put too much in the pan. You got to split that up. And there you have it. So I'm going to get a fork. And give me a second. I'm going to get me a little plate so I could do some testing. First, I'm going to see if it's done, I believe. Pilaf rice for real. Okay.
Hey, get a spoon.
A
spoon.
Get a spoon? Okay. Let me get a big spoon.
Stir it up. That's excellent. Excellent rice.
Oh, yes. Look at that. Yes. Let's do the other one. Oh, my gosh. All of this. That's okay. I thought I had enough, but I overdid it. Mm-hmm. So, I'll take this one. All right. I'm just going to taste it and make sure it's good to go. You want to taste it? In a minute? Oh, I could taste the seasoning. Okay. So now.
Sorry, give me a fork.
And he can tell you how it is.
Oh, seasoned nice.
Seasoned real nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get another spoon. Just look at the glorified gravy over here. Look how thick it is. Oh, this looks so delicious. You think it's done? Well, it is done. We want to make sure the gravy is on point. And all it's doing is sitting over here bubbling. So I'm going to grab my plate again. I know it's a lot, but.
You said you're going to make your daughter and son-in-law.
I did. We'll get it over there too, though. Okay. So I'm going to take me a piece of this chicken. That's good enough for me to play with. And some of this glorified gravy that looks so good here. And I have all my vegetables in there. I'm going to taste it. Oh, yeah. This is so good. Nice and seasoned well. And it also have that pop that I like. One kid's going to love this. Mm-hmm. It got that pop. And they love spicy food. Yeah. And here you have it. You have your pilaf rice. And all I put in it was my celery, green peppers, corn, and little red peppers. Well, they're not spicy, but red peppers in there. And my carrots. And then over here, actually, I didn't put the carrots in there. The carrots came over here. So I have my gravy, which I have my two whole chickens. And all that was mixed together, as you saw. And this turned out to be really delicious. And we're going to have fun eating it. So I thank everybody. Again, welcome to Lori's Kitchen. And for those that don't know who I am, but I think you should by now, you probably do. My name is Lori. And I will be coming back with more and more varieties of dishes. They'll be out very soon. All right. Thank you.